All right, y'all, I'm gonna give it one more minute before I start to let some of the late people come jump on. Today is gonna be a quick call, brief. I really wanna talk about how you can get off to a fast start in this business and why you should hire sooner than later. What's going on, Grant? Good to see you, brother. Looking good.
Yeah, thank you, man. How you doing?
Man, hey, man, I can't complain, man. I cannot complain. I'm blessed, highly favored.
I know that's right, brother. Yes, indeed. I agree with that. Definitely.
So today's call, I want to really talk about how new agents can get off to a fast start and why it's better to start hiring sooner than later. I'm gonna go for a little second and then I'll leave it open at the end for questions because I'm sure it's going to be some questions. Okay. All right. So the first thing is we're gonna talk about every single person in this business. They always say whether they've been in the business for 6 years or 6 months and they have success, whether it took them quicker to have success or took them longer to have success, they always say one thing in common: I wish I would have hired early, because it actually costs no money to hire, right? And I think you can be, I think we can trick ourselves into being selfish to thinking like, all right, I need to have my first 10K week before I start telling people about it because I'm not sure. Well, the thing you gotta look at is this is a proven system. You get on YouTube and there's hundreds of people that's having success. So you know the system works. The fact of the matter is, are you working the system or how long is it going to take you to work the system? It's really simple, right? The first 100 appointments is what it takes for you to really master and understand this business. Some people take 3 months, some people take 3 years. But it all boils down to those first 100 appointments. If you taking your time with this and you book in 2 to 3 appointments a week, it's going to take you a longer time to get to your first 100 appointments. It's going to take you a longer time to see success, to start to feel confident. Then you got some people who come in and within the first month, they get through their first 60 appointments. But another thing you got to understand is, everybody has an initial market. We pay for their study material. So if you tell all your friends and family, hey, check out these 3 top videos. You pick 3 top videos from YouTube, 3. I don't care if it's a top video from somebody who started 2 weeks ago and made 30,000 issue paid their first 2 weeks. I don't care if it's from John Wetmore. I don't care if it's from Andrew Taylor. Just pick the top 3. You decide what message you want to put out there. And you tell as many people as that you think that can do this, because anybody can do this. Watch these 3 videos, tell me what you think. And if you want to give it a shot, I'll get you the study material for free. The worst thing that's going to happen, the worst, is that they're going to get a license that'll take them a week or 2 to get, right? And this is what you want to tell them. If it takes you 2 weeks to get this license and we pay for it, and you make $5,000 selling your family and friends, was that license worth it? You never use it ever again. You never ever sell another policy, but you just sell your family and friends, and you make $5,000. Was that worth it? What does that do? It takes the pressure away. It's $5,000 at the minimum waiting on the other side of that license from you just selling your family and friends. Now, whether you use that $5,000 you make from selling your family and friends to reinvest into the business and really, really, make 6 figures or multi-7 figures, that's completely up to you. But the worst case scenario is you're going to spend some time to get a license that you pay nothing for, sell a few family and friends and make a few thousand. The best case scenario is you get into a career where you control your own schedule and maybe make a couple $100,000. Well, actually, that's not the best case scenario. The best case scenario is you get into this industry, you build an agency, and you may become, a millionaire. Who knows? But the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to make a few thousand selling family and friends, because nobody's going to get their license and not write a policy, right? Nobody's going to go through that process and not at least write their mom, their dad, their uncles, their cousins, their friends. So just think of it like this. For every single person that you bring into this business, they're going to at least add another $5,000 to $10,000 immediately to your agency from selling family and friends. They're going to at least make that from just, selling family and friends. So what do they have to lose? And what do you have to lose? You may get $5,000 more in production for that month, or you may find the next 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 producer. You may find the next builder. You may find your next leg that's going to be worth 50, 60, 150,000. Don't wait for you to have your first 10K month. Don't wait for you to have your first 50K month, your first 30K month before you start telling people, because the worst thing they're going to do is make a couple $1,000s. That's how, guys, I want y'all to start seeing it, because it's more than just going out and making 10,000 your first week or 30,000 your first month to have a fast start in this business. You can be a really good connector to a business. That's it. A really good middleman and make a lot of money as well. And while you taking the time to get this thing together, you brought in 10 people and 3 of them is naturals. They just automatically get it. Guess what? You still get that override. The override is not going to say, hey, you only paid $5,000 last month, but one of the people you brought in just paid, 30. You don't get that override. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to go up based off our contract levels, but they still got to go 2 months of that. So you got 2 months that you got to override from helping a friend. Now, if you're really good at helping other people or getting other people to this opportunity, let's say you get 3 to do well and get 30,000 out of that 10, what's going to happen is your contract is going to raise based off of you just opening the opportunity, opening your mouth. If you look at Collab, I don't know if for some of you guys who don't know him, y'all need to look at his story. He never paid over 30,000 ever, but he has $1 million agency and he will be signing an integrity deal. If you ever have a conversation with Nick Ayala never paid over 40,000. He's one of the largest agencies in FFL. He's a multi-millionaire from this. There's more than one way to skin a cat. You don't have to be a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 producer to build an agency and tell people about amazing opportunity. In fact, if you really just change your mindset to thinking like the worst that's going to happen is they make a few thousand. I have Martin in my office now, and I'm going to use you as an example just because you walked in, and I know you don't like to be put on the spot. But can you unmute for a second? You want it? All right, well, just come over here and can you for a second. Yes. I want to use you as an example. Martin, how long have you been in the business?
For about 2 weeks now.
2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
All right. How much money did you make in these last 2 weeks?
I would say I wrote about 20 grand in the last 2 weeks.
Speak up.
I wrote about 20 grand in the last 2 weeks.
From selling who?
Warren Market.
Warren Market. If he never got his license, he never would have. It's 20,000 from Warren Market. Now, what are you doing today?
As far as like,
what we buying today?
Oh, we buying leads today. We're investing.
Right, reinvesting.
Reinvesting.
His confidence level is through the roof because from selling his Warren Market, he was able to make 20,000. He has no problem taking 2,000 and dumping it back into leads. So a lot of times we think, oh man, these guys are going to fail. Listen, don't have them come in and just buy leads automatically. Just have them get their license, talk to their Warren Market, and sell through their family and friends, and they will make a couple thousand. Trust me. Trust me. Everybody has at least $5,000 of initial market. Some have 50. I think this guy got 50,000 in his Warren Market. Are we going to wait for him to make the 50,000 before he reinvests? No way. That wouldn't make any sense. Because the Warren Market is only going to take you but so far. But what it does is it takes away the pressure. It takes away the pressure. He don't have no pressure. Because he invested in 100% profit from just opening his mouth and getting a license. Everybody has a Martin in their initial market. Everybody has a Martin. He has a Martin. If you tell 10 people about this business and 10 of them get their license, one of them is going to turn out to be a Martin. I guarantee it. And you just got a $50,000 producer. And you just got $30,000 their first month issue paid to your agency. And guess what? You will get an override for it. You won't get it for long, unless you can find another Martin or that Martin finds a Martin and you can build your agency that way. Or you can learn. Guess what? When you start to hire, you give up the right to be average. So if you start, if you got somebody that came into business and they start to do that, it's going to make you work more because now you want to prove that you're worthy to be their upline. Guys, I'm having this conversation, I'm having this talk because a lot of times I talk to newer agents or older agents and I ask them, why are you not telling people about this business? Do you not believe in it? Yeah, I believe in it. I just don't believe in myself. Hey, listen, so you're selfish enough to believe that because you didn't get it right away, or it's taking you a little bit longer because you're not following the system exactly the way it's supposed to be followed, that you don't want to bring anyone else into this business? If you go on YouTube right now, you type in $30,000 producers, FFL, over 50, 60 videos will show up and you'll see a new face every single day. It's working. The thing is, who's going to work the system? That's kind of it, guys. I don't want to, beat a dead horse. I don't want to really go too much into it. If you want elevator speeches or, I like to say I'm really good at kind of giving you the words or that bridge of bringing in initial market. It's simple. People want to hear the truth, right? They want to hear numbers. So the biggest thing you want to do is when next time one of your family and friends are telling you about money or telling you things is going on, you say, hey, listen, if I offered you a job and it took you 2 weeks for you to get let's say it took you a month to get your first paycheck, but that paycheck for that first month is going to be $5,000. Are you open for it?
Right, yes, sir.
All right, because that's how long it's going to take for them to get their first paycheck, at least a month. It should take them a week to study. It should take them a week to get their license back. It should take them about a week to get some carriers and a week to actually write business, and we get paid daily. Guess what? Do you have insurance? No. Your first 12 months is free. Now, I'm not telling you to go and tell people the right policy so they can get paid. I'm just saying the first 12 months is free. They need to get insurance anyway. I'm just saying, if your mom don't have insurance, you need to go talk to her. Well, why not get paid a couple thousand for it? So at the minimum, they're gonna at least make $5,000. They might be like him and make $21,000 the first 2 weeks from selling warm market. Guys, if y'all have any questions, if you're struggling with something, here's the time to let me know. I know a lot of people on this call is new. I know we have some veterans on this call, but if you're having struggles with anything, whether it's buying leads, whether it's talking to your initial market, whether it's having a fast start, whether it's staying consistency, let's talk about it. One of your questions or something you're struggling with may be something he may struggle with later. It may be something that somebody else is struggling with, but they just don't want to say it. So I'm gonna open up the call for anybody to just drop it in the chat or unmute yourself and then we can talk. No questions? If anybody have questions for Martin, how he was able to, make 21,000. Unmute yourself. I see, I don't see a name on it, but unmute yourself. I see someone said they had one. Who's that?
What does that say?
It says
Everyone, recovering everyone.
I see whoever that is that's recovering everyone. Do you know how to unmute yourself?
Is it recovering as, is it hard to start? What are the pros and cons to starting? What does one need to know on the first day?
Good. It's very easy to start. Okay. Martin, how long did it take you to get your license?
Well, for the license to come in, like you
No.
said,
How long did it take you to study for your license?
Oh, well, I got it on a Friday evening and I finished it by the same Sunday evening to finish my whole study packet, practice exams and everything like that. And I was eligible to book my exam to take that same week. after the same Sunday that I finished.
So it took you 3 days to study, and when you take it? Monday, Tuesday?
I took it on a Thursday because I went to get the fingerprints and everything done before I went to go take the test.
All right, so he's one of our newest agents. It took him a week. It took him 3 days to study. It took him a week to get his to pass his test and to get his license. It took him about a month to write his first piece of business and make his first piece of money. Because how it works is you have to get the study material, which we give you for free. It costs $300. We give you a voucher for free. You study it. You should get done in a week. It should take you about 2 weeks for your license to come back. And then it'll take a week for your carriers to come back. So that's about a month. So it takes 1 week of studying, 3 months of waiting for all your processing to come back, as long as you're doing what you need to do to follow the steps, getting your fingerprint and all the other things. But we have Genesis and our staff that will help you every single step of the way. After that, you'll be able to write your first piece of business. And it's really simple how this works. Everybody in my agency start at 100%. So if you're at 100%, if you write a $100 policy, you're going to get paid $1,200. You're going to advance 75% of that, you get $900. So from selling one policy to one person, you'll be directly deposited within 1 to 2 days, $900. So for him to make $21,000, how many family and friends do you think you sold?
About, for me, probably about a good 11.
11. What he did was he told all his friends and family that he was getting an insurance license. And he said, hey, when I get my license, I want to sit down with you and kind of educate you on the different options that's available. No problem. I was thinking about it. Some people told him no. Some people bullshitted him. Sorry, guys, for my language. But some people bullcrapped him, you know. But guess what? He just told so many people that by the time he got his license over that month, he done told so many people that he had at least 10 to 20 to 30 people waiting for him just to get his license. And he just went there and pretty much helped the ones that needed help and made $21,000 from doing it. So it's very easy to get started. It's very simple. It's literally just helping people with things they need. And guess what? You may talk to somebody today and 2 weeks later, they may be ready because they just lost a family member. And now they're seeing the real effect of what it looks like when you lose somebody and you got to scramble up and throw a GoFundMe or fish fry and things like that. Thank you, Cindy. I see you putting it in the chat for me. Some of the questions to answer. Cool beans, it's hard finding people or getting them to sign up for a policy. Yeah, just like Cindy said, we use leads. It's really simple. Leads are a piece of paper of somebody who requested information. You call them and you say, hey, I see you were looking for life insurance or looking for mortgage protection. I can be out there Tuesday or Wednesday. It takes about 15 minutes. Which day is best? All right, see you at 5 o'clock. Then you go out there and you actually sit down with them and you talk to them about life insurance. And then you find something within a budget, you sell it, and you make money. Everything is easy, it's electronic, just like she said. But
it's easy when you
if you don't have your license, what I want you to do is, I want you, after this call, I want you to get on YouTube and I want you to type this in. FFL agent makes $30,000 monthly. Again, FFL agent makes $30,000 monthly. When you put that in, you're going to see more than 50 to 60 people show up. I don't want you to click the first video. I want you to scroll down until you stop seeing people. You're going to see people from all types of backgrounds. I want you to watch a few videos and don't get lost. After you watch that and you become a believer and you understand that anybody can make 30, 40, 50,000 a month doing this, it's going to open up a new world to you. You're going to realize that, you know, financial freedom or whatever it is you're looking for is right there in front of you. I want you to call the person that got you on this call. The person that told you to get on this call, I want you to call them. And I want you to say, hey, can you get me that study material for free? And the moment you get through the study material and you pass your test, I want you to ask the person that put you on this call to get you my number. You want to talk to me directly, and we're going to put a goal together. Whether your goal is, his goal is 40,000. Whether your goal is 40,000 or your goal is 5,000. I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do it. We're gonna put it together, and you're gonna reach it, and then you're gonna pass it and pay it forward to the next person. Okay. You said you did all the study material. I don't understand. Do you have your license?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Can
hear
you
you.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so I've been doing exams and stuff pretty much all year. I've had like 14 deaths all year. So I've been kind of behind on finishing in a sufficient amount of time. So I'm at the end of the course, doing all the exam simulators and I have a meeting to talk to someone at 1:30 to set up the state exam. So that's where I'm at in the course with FFL. And I'm just a little nervous about when I start finding the leads or finding the people, actually finding
Who brought you in the
sign up.
business? Who brought you in the business?
A friend of mine, like a close friend of mine.
Is he a part of this agency?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
What's his name?
Malcolm, we're out in North Carolina.
North Carolina. Malcolm from North Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know Malcolm. Okay. Malcolm is part of Mo and them team, right?
I have no idea who his team is. Someone named Genesis from FFL, she keeps reaching out to me. That's the one I'm going to talk to today at 1:30 about the state exam.
Okay. So I know I know exactly where you are. So here's the thing. This business is easy and simple. But there are steps, right? So all the things you're thinking about, like making money, you can't do it until you pass that test. So your number one goal right now is to pass that test. Just get it done. Whatever it takes, get that done. Because you can't even get to the point of buying leads, selling your family and friends. You can tell all your family and friends till you blue in the face, but you still can't make no money until you actually get that license. But once you get that license, you should be we'll be ready to go, and then we'll have a conversation. You have Genesis' number directly. She will make sure that you have my number once you pass your license. Now you got to do that part because my time is valuable, just like your time is valuable. I want to make sure that when we talk, that I can be showing you how to make money. I'm really good at that. She's really good at getting you through the process. So during the time until you get your license, she's going to be your point person. Once you get your license, I'm going to be your point person, and I'm going to help you make money. So those are your two steps. Everything else you don't really need to know about. All you need to know about is getting this license done, and then the rest, we're going to fill you in. I'm going to help you with that. That's no problem. Everybody on this call has made money in this business. And as far as you go in this business, as good as a follower you are, because this is a copycat business. It's a copycat business. You just do what the other people did before you to be successful. And that's buy leads, book appointments, and help families. Just those three things. So I hope that helped. You got one job. Just get that test out the way so you can get the license to print money. Anybody else have any other questions? I want to see if our numbers came out. If our numbers didn't come out for this week, I'll just go over numbers from the first week and our goals. So actually, perfect timing. It just came in. Yeah, perfect timing. So what I want to do is I want to just give some recognition to everybody who wrote over 5K. So I'm going to start with the first person we have is Abdul King. Abdul King, we have $5,195. Have him on track for making $20,000 for the month. We have Tavion Howard, $6,000. Eddie Watson, $6,000. Miles, $6,100. Jasmine, $6,300. Dustin, $6,400. Martin, $7,200. His second week in the business, $7,200. Jeff Beefy, a beast, leading from the front as always, $14,058. Cindy Siddick, leading from the front as always, $16,642. Justin Brown, leading from the front as always. You're part of that team too, the one I was talking to. $21,521. And then myself, practicing what I'm preaching, $22,476. That's 2 weeks. So those numbers is based off of 2 weeks. Right now, anybody, I believe anybody can do 5,000 a week. That's 20,000 a month. I believe anybody. Now, can anybody do $20,000 in a week, 16,000 a week, 14,000 a week, 10,000 a week? Absolutely, anybody can. So for everybody that's on this call, that's new or haven't wrote $10,000 in a week, here's what you got to understand. 18 hours on the phone. 18 hours on the phone consistently equals 10K. But you also got to buy leads. So if you want to write 10,000, you need to spend 2,000 on leads and put 18 hours on the phone a week, and that equals 10K. Not everybody has $2,000 to invest initially, but then that's when you got to pay the graduation game. You got to keep reinvesting. You want to get to 2,000 a week. So if you can start off with 500, hit 500 and reinvest that 500, hit 500, make 2,000, 2,500. When you make that 2,500, automatically take 1,000 out of that 2,500. It's not yours. So you only made 1,500. Take that 1,000, put it into leads. Now that 1,000, you're gonna bring back 5,000. Take 2,000 out of that 5,000, put it into leads, then you'll make 10. That's the only difference. The only difference between Justin at 21,000 and Cindy at 16,000 and Jeff at 14,000 is they invested more money in leads. It's really simple. It's a very simple concept. Invest more in leads, dial the phones more, book more appointments, help more families make more money. That's simple. Buy leads, book appointments, help families. Guys, I'm gonna close it out with that. If we don't have any more questions or any more things to add, congratulations, team. We hit 200,000 2 weeks in. Our goal is to end this month at least at 400,000. Guys, I think this team should be, just with these people, without adding any more new people, we need to be at 500,000 in the first week of January, on the first week of the year, first month of the year. So what I'm gonna start doing is on these calls, we're gonna start tracking, everybody over 500, everybody over 5,000, and everybody below 5,000. Everybody that's on the agency that's below 5,000, we're going to put a formula together so that we can get you to 5,000 at least. Everybody that's at 5, we're going to put a formula to get you to 10. All right? All right, guys.